Hi everyone! The purpose of this video is to provide you with some class-wide feedback on your classroom observation reflection number 1. You can find your own individual feedback under the assignments tab in the feedback column. I have embedded all of the feedback within a Word document, and you can find some specific explicit feedback regarding your specific paper in that modality. But there were some common themes that popped up as I was grading the papers that I wanted to address here, some general feedback that I think would be really helpful for everyone to hear. First, just covering some logistics, I would like to please request that you submit all of your documents, including your classroom observation reflection, to me in a Word document as opposed to a PDF. This makes it easier for me to edit and provide you with some feedback. So please submit in a Word document if possible. Also, I wanted to thank those of you who had used APA really well. I know that there is not a criterion denoted in your rubric for APA format, but in your syllabus there is a section titled APA Style, and APA Style guidelines are supposed to be followed for every paper in this course. So although a title page, an abstract, and a reference page are not necessary for this video, I would still like everyone to please follow APA stylistic guidelines, meaning 12-point font, Times New Roman, double-spaced, and the specific grammatical language characteristics that are also appropriate for APA, such as no contractions. And I've posted a lot of APA resources on D2L under the Course Resources tab for your reference. So please check those out. It's really important to be using that style in your writing for this course. Also, specifically regarding the first video, I would like to thank everyone for being a little flexible, as I realized that the format of this video wasn't perfectly aligned to the setup of the rubric. So I was pretty lenient and flexible with grading on this assignment because I recognized that this first video, 10 Best Teaching Practices, didn't necessarily follow a single lesson that made it easier to hit on all of those points. So I was a little lenient with this video, but I expect in the future when we're viewing videos that are of a single lesson that every student's paper will be addressing every single one of those points very explicitly. So if they're not included in the future, there will be point deductions. And I noted that on most of your individual feedback as well, that in the future you should include particular points to get all points for the paper. So please keep that in mind as we're moving forward. Also, please be sure every single week you're checking on D2L, particularly when the classroom observation videos, the reflection on the videos are due, rather, so that you're identifying the accurate video to watch. There were a number of individuals who watched the wrong video, and when all of the resources are at your disposal to find the correct video, I can't be very flexible, and I'll have to implement my late policy if I don't happen to catch it until later. So please keep that in mind. Always be reading everything that's at your disposal, and you should be good to go from there. So here's some more feedback specifically on the writing in your paper. Please proofread. It is very important that you're not including grammatical, typographical, or spelling errors in word process papers especially. There is the IEP Writing Center, which is a great resource for initiating a paper or proofreading a paper that's already been completed. I would really like to see some very organized, concise, clean papers with no errors in that regard moving forward. Also, I would like everyone to please keep in mind to balance summarization of the video's content and active reflection on the content. What I mean by that is, I have seen all of the videos myself, so rather than a regurgitation of the material to me in your own words. I would really like for some critical thought to be applied in the reflection of that content. So rather than just telling me what happened, add a little bit of flavor in it by, critiquing things that might have been able to be done better, or why you thought a strategy was really good, rather than just a summary of what happened. That's really important for this assignment and these for future assignments moving forward. Largely what I'm looking for in these papers are connections to future practice, and that's denoted in your rubric as well. So, sorry, my cat. Come on. So, I'd really like you to go beyond I could see myself doing, and just, again, regurgitating a particular practice that you observed a teacher engage in. That, to me, doesn't demonstrate critical thought, and that's really what I'm looking for here. So rather, if you find a strategy that you've observed in a video and you think it could be something effective, tell me about what that would look like in the subject you're teaching, or if you're not teaching, how could you modify this to implement it in your profession? And who is the population that you're working with? How could you use this strategy with this population? So I would like, for not just my benefit, mostly your benefit, for you to be making those critical connections that are really tied explicitly to your field, your population that you desire to work with. That is the ideal product that is going to be coming out of this paper. So hopefully that was helpful. Please keep all of these things in mind when you're writing your future papers, because I will have higher expectations moving forward, especially having given this information to you and making sure that you were clear of my expectations. So the grading will be reflective of those more stringent expectations for this next paper and the subsequent of 5. So please let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully this was helpful.